We have greetings and blessings for Nathan, Yahoo. We have, for example, a situation in Venezuela and when people is in need, some other persons think that playing guess what, this is not a guess what. It ain't to guess what. I have my other phone numbers, yet I don't have access to the calls nor the messages. So that obviously there's somebody maybe responding back harmfully or intentionally to people and causing trouble. Yet I want to say, if that's happening, those that are answering, ain't nothing to worry about. They're the type of persons that are waiting for a pile of richnesses. So they're doing whatever they tell them to do without caring about the health and the necessities of so many people. And nobody should worry about feeling that it's harmful to the most rich and famous for what they were doing to everyone. I mean, when we hit a cross, when we get to a point to enter eras, everything hits timely. Can it be a coincidence or a crazy guy with nonsense where everything hits timely and it hits directly against those that have set a web to harm the people, or a trap to harm the people? It is it's understandable that we might have agents in fear because they know they have snipers. It might be it's something that they have to respect because supposedly the most rich and famous, and it ain't like that. The rich has never run out of supplying them what they got. We're too busy supplying them with what they need that we don't have time to build something that they would like to buy with their multi-billion-dollar scheme. And if they were said it was going with what it is already, and those that in their hearts it's up to them, and I still say that they're finished. I mean, they're finished. We can have somebody terrorizing. It doesn't care how many people are involved in it or dragged by it. And if some of you that are listening are part of that give them, that supplies them, it's time that you also know that everybody individually, in their own senses and consciousness, have the free will, because God gives free will. The Creator says you have free will, and yet there's a lot of them that haven't heard the truth. And if God gives free will, then they can go to destruct, because there's no free will to harm the people. There's no free will to be a terrorist against the people. And there's no free will to tell the people that the devil gave them what they got, because it's going to you'll see that they will recognize, they will have to know who is who, not waiting for an exchange anything, at least a song that could say something in appreciation to the people. Or if you maintain that the devil is the one that gives you and feeds you and all that, then it's a very good place. In the most public place, it's a very good place to break down a lie. Yep. Because the intentions against children and everyone, they need to stop. And level to level, depending what level you are in, because there's low stupids, low above a little bit of low stupids and medium stupids, and the maximum stupid ones. So you can tell your maximum stupid ones to tell you guys the reason why you have you guys doing that to the people. If he had so much power, he wouldn't need you. He wouldn't need none of you if he had so much power. Yet, if you guys willing to go to destruction for a liar, then it's going to be up to you. We have to know that that move very close to me. That move. And not only that, if still you know this was going down and you did that to that person and it's called in there so that I can go and panic because you're gonna take my life. You're gonna take my life. Whose life or how are you a living person? You're not a living person for taking other people's lives. Have a little bit of sense or whatever you believe on. If you guys believe on whatever you have there as a what you make people believe it's your power, tell that thing, see if it can let you know it can't tell you nothing. You have no more nothing. Everything that's mine is mine. Now, remember, that a liar, a bunch of liars are just liars. The public persons used on, well, they're public, but what's behind and what's all the bunch. Pray because it is written also, pray so that when it's time to jam, it doesn't happen in a freeze moment, in a freezing weather. And have a little bit of self-caring. Care for yourselves a little bit. The people, my people, all the people were not created for you to do what you have done to their minds and what you were going to do and you're doing to those that end up in the hospitals, the children. When you want me to say something, and you want to hear it from me to confirm it, it said goodbye. And for the earlier mentioned, and we have Venezuela, we have people in tumult in the streets. What does that mean? What does it mean when we see that in a city or cities, people gathering? It means that a lot of those that are so-called kings, because we know, I know, if you guys have so much millions, why don't you like just give it to your other friend and make it go in circles and produce taxes? Produce some taxes. Just start giving it from one to the other one, and as a gift is going to produce. And if you're going to try it, don't make the circle too big of too many transactions, because with that amount that you withhold from the people, with that amount, make sure there's no more than 10 people, 10 transactions, because there's no banks that will it can't withhold it. No banks to put it in a safe. The banks could help the people that doesn't have breakfast, lunch, nor dinner by just transferring their money from bank to bank. It should produce for budgets that they say that there's no money to do anything. It's legal. You can just give it to the bank, to the other bank, from one bank to the other one. Here, a gift from me to you. And then you give it back to me. Help us out with those that don't know what it is or how it is to not have breakfast, to not be able to be with your children, to not be able to do anything. And worse than anything, that money being used against the people. How much do you pay to a brain surgeons that you have, those brain surgeons? You know, those professionals that when a healthy person goes in under some type of medication, to at least make the patient think that he needs hospital. Remember those 3 times you were waiting for me at the hospital because supposedly I was whacked? You don't remember, but you did the act. Those 3 times for me taken to the hospital for that reason. And that's something that it does indignate me to see such of a cowards that have children threaten, women threaten, because you guys are rich or possess a power to do what you were doing. And that meaningless with the jacket that we have put on him. He's a wacko because we know how to talk really nice. Right? You know how to do an expression of a puhin to quetch. Yeah, God made you guys outstanding in race, colored eyes, and so on. And yeah, like it said, it made them a little bit too pretty, and that's what they were. That was their disgrace for them. They became, not everyone, only those that have that mission to be a hawthorn on my side. Remember that when I start going after all you, I don't return till it's finished. And for the things done and the act of terrorism of never seen before, we'll have to I'm just going to sit and wait for a moment. I'm going to sit and wait for a moment.